Good evening, everybody. This is Paxton Holloway here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. We are here with the Zaxby's Game of the Week at Glenwood on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, presented to you by Coca-Cola, Glenn Smith Chevy GMC, Houston Clinic, and Kinetic Credit Union. This is first of three matches we have here tonight. This one is between the Glenwood Gators and the Central Red Devils. Got started quick. Glenwood put up a quick point there. And that's another one. Incredible kill there. That was by number 1. That was Malia West Sanchez. Serving for Glenwood. That is number 15. As Rory Dunbar. She does lead the team in almost every statistical category. That one does go just out of bounds. Glenwood coming into tonight is 15-18, but 6-0 in the 3A Area 6 region. Central coming into tonight 1-7, 0-2 in the 7A Area 5 region. That serves a little bit long there from Central. Glenwood takes an early 3-1 lead. Back to serve for Glenwood is number 3, Hallie Palmore. Here's that serve. That one's cleared there by number 7. That's Madison Wagner. And Glenwood goes up and tries to get the kill there, unable to do so. Looks like that was number 11 on the try. Unable to block it there at the net is Central. And so Glenwood is going to get their 4th point here. And going back to serve now is Glenwood's libero, none other than the senior Emerson White. Great serve there by White. And that's an ace. Go ahead and chalk that one up. Glenwood's leading players, Rory Dunbar, Maddie Moody, and Emerson White. Score is 5-2. Looks like that ball might have gone into the bleachers back there. No harm done, though. Your libero for the Central Red Devils is Olivia Longerbeam. Here's that serve from White. Goes a little bit too long there, so Central only down 2 points here. 3-5 right now was your score. Checking in for the Red Devils is number 4. That is Michaela Murphy. And serving is number 9, Ella Gideons. Great job by White there on the dig. And an incredible block there at the net by Central. That was number kind of in a difficult spot here, but nonetheless, great play. There's Emerson White. That one just tipped over there. Trying to keep it alive. Looks like they might have hit it one too many times, though. The blink of an eye, Central has now tied it back up here in the first set of 3. Incredible spike there. That's Murphy. Great job by Longerbeam. And Murphy's going to clear it. Almost hits the roof there, but doesn't. And a great diving effort from number 9. That's Ella Gideons from the Red Devils, but unable to get it, just out of a reach. So Glenwood's going to take the lead right back. 6-5 is your score, and serving is number 7, Carson Barker. And she's going to get an ace. Couple of early aces now here for the Glenwood Gators. This tri-match going on tonight is between this one, of course, Glenwood Central. Next up, you'll have Central and Brookstone, and then rounding us out will be Glenwood and Brookstone. Longer beam now is back to serve for the Red Devils. Pops one up. And what a spike at the net there from number 21. That's Maddie Moody. Checking into the game now is number 12, Claire Hargrove. That's a senior for the Glenwood Gators. She has the ball in her hands. Here's that serve. And goes up, does Moody. Says, get that out of here. Glenwood up now 9-6, taking a early lead now here in set number 1. Again, this is just a best of 3 sets here, since this is a try match. Hargrove is going to keep the ball in her hands. Great serve. Longer beam. That was a good dig, but kind of an awkward angle there when it hit the top of the net. Just kind of falls down. So Hargrove is going to keep the ball. Here's that serve. Another great dig from longer beam, but that one had a little bit of spin, and so Central is going to call their first timeout here in set number 1. We want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Again, this is game number 1 of 3 here in a try match between the Glenwood Gators, the Central Red Devils, and the Brookstone Cougars. Be sure to stay tuned. At the end of the game, we will be naming our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. And thank you, Zaxby's, for your support of Glenwood High School athletics here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Looks like we're gearing up, getting ready for some more play. Hargrove has the ball still. That one has a little bit too much juice on it, so the ball is going to go right back to the Red Devils. A couple of great points there from Claire Hargrove. Checking in and going back to serve is number 3, Armani Sumbry, excuse me. That's a great serve there by Sumbry. Kind of just pops one up. Sumbry's back there to bump it. The set and the spike for Michaela Murphy. Great job by Gideons. Tries to clear it, unable to do so. So just like that, the ball does go right back to the Gators. Going back to serve is number 14. That's Katie Corbett, the sophomore. That one's got a little bit too much juice, and it looks like it might have gone out of bounds on the left side there as well. Maddie Moody is checked out now. We got a couple of substitutions here for the Red Devils. Going back to serve, that's number 8. That is Ramsey Vardman. Kind of a knuckleball there from Vardman. I like that. Pops it up. And whistle is blown. Looks like one of the Glenwood players might have just stepped underneath the net there a little bit. Your score here in set number 1 is 9-12 currently in the favor of the Glenwood Lady Gators. Great dig there by Longerbeam and cleared by Madison Wagner. Great heads-up play there at the net. That was number 6. That was Avery Cameron. Whistle is blown again. That's going to be another point for the Red Devils. And what a statement win this would be here for the Red Devils this year. Only 1-7 thus far. That Sunbury saves it. It was going out of bounds, but they do clear, so no harm done. But right there's a little bit of harm done. That was number 10, Peyton Slocum. And in comes Malia West Sanchez up there at the net. And serving is number 15. That is Rory Dunbar. And she's going to get an ace. (14-10) is your score right now. Dunbar, Sunbury, great dig there. Great save. And that one's cleared there by number 3. That was Hallie Palmore. That one does hit the net, and looks like it's going to be 4 hits from the Red Devils. So the Gators are going to get yet another point. 15-10 is your score here in set 1. Still serving is Rory Dunbar. Just an outstanding junior. Looks like early on, Central having a little bit of trouble just letting the ball sail out of bounds. Here's Rory Dunbar with the serve. Longer beam bumps that one up. Sunbury is able to get it. And that was number 7 over there. That was Madison Wagner. Was able to clear it. Got us another timeout called. 17-10 is the score early. We're going to step aside for a quick break. We'll be right back here on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
And welcome back, everybody, to this first of 3 matchups here in this tri-match between the Glenwood Gators and the Central Red Devils. Glenwood up early, 17-10 here in set number 1. These tri-matches are only best of 3 sets, so Glenwood or Central only needs to win 2. Great rally there over there on the Glenwood side, but was hit out of bounds. Back to serve for the Red Devils is number 15. That is Ava Riddle. Nice serve by Riddle. Great dig back there. And that's going to be a point there from number 12, Claire Hargrove, the senior. Incredible dig. Hargrove is now going to step out for number 24 as Emma Barnes. She's a senior. And serving is number 3, Hallie Palmore. Tries to tip it over, does Central. That was 11 on the try by Mariah Horace, but unable to do so. She's had a couple good blocks here early in set 1. There's that serve. And an incredible play by, that was Amariah Horace. So immediately redeems herself there on that point. Sunbury does step out for number 5. That is Nalia Hall. And that's served by Michaela Murphy. Looks like sails out of bounds. 22-12 now is your score. And Emerson White is still serving for the Gators. That is the Gators libero, and she is going to get another ace. Two more points now is needed to take set one for the Gators. Here's Emerson White. Great serve. Good dig there by Longabeam. Incredible save there by Nalia Hall. And another block that is Amariah Horace. Just an absolute unit up there at the net. Seems like she's blocking everything right now. Back to serve is Ella Gideons. There's that serve by Gideons. Tries to save it and does. Great play there by the senior Emma Barnes. Horace tries to spike it over, but hits the top of the net and falls. So that moves it to 24-13 now for the Gators. Looking to get that last point needed to take set one is number 7. That is Carson Barker, the junior. Can she do it? Horace goes up and spikes it hard. What a kill there by Amariah Horace. She's going to come out and take a break. Incredible job, though, so far up there at the net. Serving is the libero now. That is Olivia Longabeam. Sets up for Madison Moody, and that's point number 25. So Glenwood takes it early here in the best of 3 sets, 1-0. We're going to step aside and be right back with more action from your Zaxby's Game of the Week at Glenwood on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Welcome back to set number 2 of your Zaxby's Game of the Week at Glenwood here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. This is a tri-match between the Central Red Devils Glenwood Gators and the Brookstone Cougars. Right now in game number 1, Glenwood takes set 1, so only needs to win one more against Central. Great spike there. And that one's finally able to hop on over the net. Rory Dunbar up there, the outstanding junior. And Dunbar is going to be the one to go back to serve here to start off set number 2 for the Gators. Sets up for Murphy. That was an incredible spike there by her. Up over the net. No call. Looked like they might have tipped it, but unable to dig it is number 7, Madison Wagner. Your score here early in set number 2 is 2-0. Keeps it alive does Amariah Horace. And there is Horace getting that first point for the Red Devils. Been calling her name a lot tonight for Central. Just a dominant force up there at the net. Back to serve, that is number 6. That is Avery Cameron for the Red Devils. Unable to do anything with it on that far side of the net there. Kind of an awkward spot. So Central has tied it right back up at 2 apiece here in set number 2. Great dig there by number 7. That was Madison Wagner. And looks like Horace is going to get that point. So now Central is up here in set number 2, 3-2. Still a long way to go here in this second set. Horace yet again is going to get the point for Central. Just on fire here in set 2. And Avery Cameron still has ball in her hand. She's doing an incredible job serving. That kind of had some funky side spin to it. And a weird spot there, and credit Michaela Murphy for that, trying to get it. Almost ran into the post, so glad she's okay. Score is 3-4 Glenwood. Glenwood does have ball in hand, and that's going to be Hallie Palmore to go back and serve. Longer beam's able to clear it. And who other than Amariah Horace at the net to block that? Seems like nothing's getting by her right now. Murphy is coming back. She's out now, and looks like number 8 is also coming out, Ramsey Vardman. Back to serve is Ella Gideons. She's been doing a pretty good job behind the line. That one does go out, though. Just sails that one a little bit. So serving now is the superstar libero for the Glenwood Gators, Emerson White. Great dig there by Longerbeam. Kind of in a weird spot, though. Just tips the net. Hard to do anything with that. So we're all tied up now here in set number 2, 5-5. And Emerson White is going to keep the ball in her hands. Served by White. Hits the top of the net. Another great dig there by Longerbeam. And my goodness gracious, that's Amariah Horace. Put some hot sauce behind that one. My goodness. Olivia Longerbeam now is back to serve, the libero for the Red Devils. Nice serve there. Sets up there for Moody, and Moody just sneaks it into no man's land. Great job by Madison Moody there. Checking in for the Gators is number 12. That is Claire Hargrove, the senior. She had a little run going in set number 1 when she was serving. Looking to replicate that. That one just a bit mishit, hits the middle of the net. So Central now has the lead 7-6. Madison Wagner is serving now for the Red Devils. That one sails though, so that lead didn't last for too long. It's now 7-7. Got another substitution. And coming in is Carson Barker. Great serve there by Barker. Another great dig by Longerbeam. The Red Devils were able to clear it. Moody goes up. And all that action at the net does result in a Red Devils point. But Gideons is going to come out for Michaela Murphy. And Leah Hall is going to come out for Ramsey Vardman. And Vardman's going to go back to serve. And credit that ace to Ramsey Vardman. Great serve there. Kind of tipped the top of the net there. Always hard to return those. Glenwood unable to do anything with that one, so Vardman's going to get another point. And Central now extending their lead. 10-7 is the score. That one kind of hits the basketball goal and out of play. So the Gators having a little bit of trouble with Ramsey Vardman. We're going to take a quick break here. 11-7 is your score in set number 2 of the Zaxby's Game of the Week at Glenwood on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia-Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back, everybody, to set number 2 in this tri-match between the Glenwood Gators, the Central Red Devils, and the Brookstone Cougars. We are still in game number 1 here between Glenwood and Central. Glenwood did take set 1, but Central now has a lead 11-7 here in set number 2. These are only best of 3 sets in the tri-matches. Oh, is Michaela Murphy just clearing it for Central. Goes up, does Madison Moody, but miss hits. So now Central's going to extend that lead, 12-7. I want to give a quick shout out to our presenting sponsors on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live over at Glenn Smith Chevy GMC, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, and Houston Clinic. Thank you for supporting us on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. That one goes out of bounds. So Central now is really starting to pull away, up 6 now in set number 2. 13-7 is the score. And what an incredible serve. Just how you draw it up. That's Ramsey Vardman. She's on a roll right now. 14-7 is the score. That one is set up for Glenwood. Great play up there at the net. And unable to do anything with it is Glenwood, so Central firing on all cylinders right now. Ramsey Vardman. If you're Glenwood, The game plan is just get the ball out of her hands right now. My goodness, she is serving up a storm. It's a longer beam there. Great job by Central to clear that on the far side. Sets up for Michaela Murphy, and she's going to end up putting it just out of reach of any of the Glenwood players. So your score now is 16-7 here in set number 2. Again, Glenwood did take set number 1. And that's Madison Moody. And Central did get fortunate that the rebound off the return did hit the basketball goal, so stop that fast momentum from that spike by Moody. Serving now is Katie Corbett, sophomore for the Gators. And credit the ace to Corbett. Glenwood's going to have to put together a few really good ones here to get back in this game. 9-16 is your score. Dig there by Longerbeam. Sets up for Michaela Murphy. And she's going to end up getting the point. So Michaela Murphy and Mariah Horace are just having a field day right now at the net here in set number 2. Back to serve. That is number 15, Ava Riddle. And an incredible effort, my goodness. And Mariah Horace goes up, but Glenwood trying to get the point. And they're gonna do it. Holy cow. How about Carson Barker on that incredible save there for the Gators? Almost dives into the admissions table. And that's an ace there for number 15. That's Rory Dunbar. And there's nobody else that the Gators need other than her right now serving. That lead now has shrunk just to 11-17. There's Dunbar. Great dig by Longerbeam. Central unable to do anything with it, so, I mean, on a dime, the momentum has shifted to the Gators. And you can credit that to Carson Barker on that incredible save. Sets up for Michaela Murphy. And able to clear it is number 1. That's Malia West Sanchez. Timeout is called, and so we're going to step aside and be right back here with more action on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back to more set number 2 action here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live between the Glenwood Gators and the Central Red Devils. This has been an exciting set 2. That one is gonna sail past Central, but not before they can tip it out. So Glenwood gets the point. And next thing you know, a 8 or 9-17 deficit is now down to just 14-17. Make that 15. Glenwood is pushing. Rory Dunbar is back serving, but this momentum shift started earlier on in the set when Glenwood was down, I think it was 10-17, and Carson Barker dove out almost into the admissions table and was able to save one. That one does sail, so Central is going to get the ball back now to serve, and they needed it bad. Central going to look to finish off this set, down 1-0 in this best-of-3 match. That was Avery Cameron, by the way, serving. Set up for Malia West Sanchez, and she's going to get the point for the Gators, so the ball's going to go right back to them. And serving now for your Glenwood Gators is Hallie Palmore. That one's going to hit the middle of the net, though, so ball's going right back to the Red Devils. Michaela Murphy is coming out. And so is Carrington Slocum. Back to serve now is Gideons. Point Glenwood. And now they've got their superstar senior libero, Emerson White, to serve. 17-19 is the score here in set number 2. Oh my goodness gracious. What a block at the net, though, led by number 21, Madison Moody. But holy cow. And Mariah Horace just slammed one. How they blocked that, I have no idea. Emerson White, though, is going to hit the top of the net, and that one's going to drop. Looked like she might have gotten an unlucky bounce there. It would have gone out of bounds, but Central did play it. So it goes in favor of the Gators, and we're all back even. 19 all here in set 2. Great dig there by Longer Beam. And Mariah Horace is going to clear it. Sets up for Madison Moody. And what a spike there by number 24, Emma Barnes. Glenwood showing no mercy to that volleyball when it goes up in the air next to the net. And so they've now taken the lead. 20-19 is your score in set 2. They did take set 1. That one's set up for Amariah Horace. That one is gonna drop. So Central Horace is now gonna come out. Incredible job to keep him in right here and tie the set back up at 20 apiece. That is Olivia Longerbeam serving. And set up was Emma Barnes, but she sailed it. So Central has taken the lead right back, 21-20. That one's set up for Malia West Sanchez, and she's going to get the kill. Sanchez is going to come out now for number 12. That is Claire Hargrove. She was on fire in set number 1 serving. Had about 6 straight points. Glenwood's going to look and do the same, and that's one. 22-21 now, just 3 points away from taking match number 1 here in this tri-match between the Glenwood Gators, the Central Red Devils, and the Brookstone Cougars. Here's that serve from Hargrove. Unlucky break there for the Red Devils. Bounced up and hit the basketball goal. Your score right now is 23-21. We're going to step aside and be right back for the end of set number 2 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back for the end of set number 2 here in this first of 3 matches in this tri-match. This one between the Glenwood Gators and the Central Red Devils. Central able to stay alive. They are down 22-23 though here in set 2, and Glenwood did take the first set. These are best of 3 matches in tri-matches, so Central's got to win this one to force a set 3. That one hits off the side of the hand there. Looks like that was Madison Wagner saying my bad. So now your score is Glenwood 24, Central 22. And in to serve is Carson Barker. The junior had just an amazing save earlier in this set. She's going to look to win it here. Unable to do so. That was Ava Riddle saying, no, we're going to keep this one going. In comes Michaela Murphy. And going back to serve is number 8. That is Ramsey Vardman, and she was the one earlier in this set that just gave Central such a big lead, but that one's going to hit the net. And so Glenwood is going to take this first match in this tri-match. 2-0 against the Central Red Devils. We're going to go ahead and name our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game for this first match. That was Maddie Moody, number 21 for Glenwood. Again, I want to thank our presenting sponsors here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live over at Glenn Smith Chevy GMC, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, and Houston Clinic. Go ahead and toss us a follow while you're at it on all social media platforms at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Be able to stay up to date and never miss a game or play. But we want to thank you for tuning in to this first match of the tri-match between the Glenwood Gators, the Brookstone Cougars, and the Central Red Devils. Thank you to Zaxby's as well for their coverage of Glenwood High School athletics here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Be sure to stay tuned for the next game. That one will be between the Central Red Devils and the Brookstone Cougars. And Tyler Dykes will be on call for that one. But for Georgia Alabama Sports Live, my name is Paxton Holloway. It's been my pleasure calling this first game, and I'll see you next time.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
And hello everybody, welcome to Brookstone. Welcome back to Glenwood. Apologies there. Welcome back to Glenwood for today's volleyball matchup. The second matchup in the tri-match between Central and Brookstone. You just watched Glenwood come back from as many as 8 points down. They made an 8-point comeback in the first game to win it in 2 sets. We are now waiting on Central and Brookstone to begin. They're at about 6 minutes. So we will be doing that match here shortly here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like I said, we have about 6 minutes until this first matchup begins between Brookstone and Central. As we're waiting, we just want to thank our sponsors here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live: Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Houston Clinic, Kinetic Credit Union, and Coca-Cola. Thank you for supporting us here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live for high school athletics. So just we hope you enjoy that first game as we are waiting for this next game here. We are 5 minutes to go. And we will be back shortly on Georgia Alabama Sports Live for the second match of the tri-match here from Glenwood School in Smith Station, Alabama. Central versus Brookstone. Here coming up soon on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And just before we begin the second match against Central and Brookstone here at Glenwood for the tri-match for today, just want to say again a quick thank you to our presenting sponsors here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Houston Clinic, Kinetic Credit Union, and Coca-Cola. Thank you so much for supporting what we do here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, showcasing East Alabama and West Georgia athletics here on YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. You can follow the broadcast page you're watching on right now for more athletic events throughout the year, and also be sure to subscribe on YouTube. We have coaches shows. We have games all week, wrapping up softball and volleyball, getting into basketball season coming up soon, along with football. So we have a lot of games, a lot of content here on our channel. So be sure to subscribe here on YouTube. We are 30 seconds away from the start of the match between Central and Brookstone. The now 1-8 Central Red Devils against the 23 and 6 Brookstone Cougars. This is again a best of three matchup. Got to get 25 points to win a set, and if they go to a third set, it'll be 2-15. So we will be right back here shortly on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Just wanted to give another quick shout out and thank you to our sponsors here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live for the amazing coverage that they allow us to share with you and provide here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
And before we get going here at the tri-match between Central and Brookstone at Glenwood, just want to say again a big thank you to our presenting sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the Houston Clinic, Kinetic Credit Union, and Coca-Cola for what they do to help Georgia Alabama Sports Live bring high school sports around the Chattahoochee Valley to your screens each and every week. So thank you again to those presenting sponsors. We are just waiting on the warm-ups to finish to start game number 2 between the Brookstone Cougars and the Central Red Devils, hosted at Glenwood School. And welcome back to Glenwood, home of the Glenwood Gators for today's tri-match. It is now game number 2, Central versus Brookstone. Best of 3 sets, first 25 in each set. And we are underway, served by Evangeline Gutierrez from Brookstone. It's good save there by Central. Good dig. Number 14, Virginia Hollingsworth brings it across, and the first point of the match goes to the Brookstone Cougars. Evangeline Gutierrez, a freshman, serves again. Just hit too long by number 4 on Central, Michaela Murphy. Brookstone grabs their second point of the match. Good save there by Central over the net, back to Brookstone. Nice little hit over the net by number 4, Gigi Waldrop from Brookstone. Brookstone grabs point number 3. This is the fourth serve point for Evangeline Gutierrez there. Good dig by number 7, Madison Wagner from Central. Another good dig by the libero, number 13. And Sluter as Brookstone grab point number 4. Gutierrez serving her 5th point. Brookstone has gotten off to a 4-0 run to start match number 2. Brookstone's first match, Central's second. In this tri-match, another good setup by Central over the net. And handed to the net by Brookstone. That is Central's first point of the match. And Central serves over the net. Good serve there. Just made it over the net. Came in at a shallow angle, and that gave Central their second point of the match. Good dig up in the air. Almost hit the basketball goal. They are able to make it over. Another good dig. Save there by number 15 on Central. And over the net. Brookstone has to get it over. They do. They make it in 3 shots. Good little drop. It's saved by Brookstone. And another good drop that Brookstone wasn't ready for. Central grabs the point. It is now 4-3. Still Cougars lead by 1, but the Red Devils have control of the serve. Number 15, Ava Riddle serving for Central. Good dig save there, but it just gets to the net. Brookstone grab their 5th point of the match. Number 39 for Brookstone, Priscilla Faga, I believe that's how you pronounce her last name, is serving, the junior. I apologize if that last name was not pronounced correctly. Back over the net, and back over the net. Quick 1-2 punch there from the serve. Brookstone grabs point number 6. And again, the junior is serving. And we saw some great spikes over the net by number 11, Amariah Horace. Got to see another one again there against Brookstone. Her first spike into the Brookstone side of the court. Number 6, Avery Cameron serving for Central. Ooh, good spike there just into the net though. Central are coming back They were down as much as 4-0 to start this match, but they are now up. Coming back up, 6-5. Good spike there by Brookstone, number 32, Carson Gallion, the junior. Gives the point to Brookstone and the serve, the libero, number 13, and Sluter, the senior. Another good drop shot by number 11, Emariah Horace. And substitution, number 5, Nalea Hall coming in for Michaela Murphy, number 4. And number 9, Ella Gideons, is serving for Central. Good dig by Brookstone to take the serve, just dropping it back over for Central. And over, trying to find the spot in the defense in the back of Brookstone. Brookstone saves it. And Central point. We're now tied 7-7 in the tri-match, match 2 here at Glenwood. And just tapped the net, but got over. Central lead has taken the first lead of the match, 8-7. Again, came down from as many as 4 points. Sadly, great back and forth matchup between Central Red Devils and Brookstone Cougars. And out. Serve just went a little bit too far, got a little bit curved, out of play. Back 8-8, number 14 for Brookstone, Virginia Hollingsworth. The senior is taking the serve, and it gets over. The libero digs it. And back over the net. Central with the point. And substitution, number 15, Ava Riddle coming in for number 11, Emariah Horace. As the libero takes the serve for Central, number 1, Olivia Longerbeam. And the spike coming in, Brookstone's point. Back even, not all. Actually, they're going to award the point to Central. I believe there may have been something with the play at the net. So Central are expanding their lead. And over the net, Brookstone grabs the point. Looking to get both teams into double digits in set number 1. Number 32 for Brookstone, Carson Galligan taking the serve, the junior. And she takes it 10-all, 10 serving 10. 10 points serving 10 points. And she grabs the serve once again. Another shallow angle serve. Brookstone grabs the lead back. And just hit the net. Enough to maybe kill the momentum of the ball just a little bit, and just enough to have it drop down on the central half of the court. 12-10 Brookstone. And again with the point. I believe this will be the 4th point. Timeout. And we will take a timeout as well. We'll be back here at Glenwood High School for the second match of today's tri-match, Central versus Brookstone, here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
And welcome back to Glenwood for today's tri-match. involving the Glenwood Gators, Brookstone Cougars, and Central Red Devils. We are in match number 2, Brookstone versus Central. Central and Glenwood played in match number 1. Glenwood took the win in 2 sets. As the junior number 32, Carson Gallagher, takes the serve. I believe there was a play at the net there. Central takes the point. It is now 11-13. Central serving once again. Number 7, Madison Wagner, grabbing the serve. And just out. Took a second for the refs to deliberate that, but that is out. Number 8 for Brookstone, Meg McPherson, the sophomore, serving. And point for Brookstone, or point for Central, 14-12. And Central serving into the net. It'll be 15-12. Looking for a substitution here for Brookstone. They get it. Number 14, Virginia Hollingworth checks in. It's 15 serving 12. Good back and forth game. Both games so far. That is out, though. Central about to serve. Number 15, Ava Riddle taking the serve. And into the net. Buck gets over. 15-14. Again, just like the last match, very close game between Central and their opponents. In this case, Brookstone Cougars. This is their second match of the day. They're calling it on the line. We are back 15-all in set number 1. And number 15, Ava Riddle, serving for Central. We are now 15-all. This match has been back and forth. Good dig there on the serve. Trying to find the gap in Central's defense, but on the third hit, Central was trying to get over the net, but instead they found the ceiling. On number 3, on the third hit, number 39, the junior for Brookstone, serving. Ever since Central came back from their 4-down deficit at the beginning, this has been a very close game. As Brookstone gets it over, worried about 3 shots. Central can get it over, but they don't at the net. 17-15, Brookstone. The junior continues serving her second service point. And Brookstone's able to find the gap on the near side for Central. They're 7 points away from grabbing set number 1. Again, this is a best of 3 matchup. As Brookstone grabs their 19th point. As the volleyball is going back to Brookstone's side, 19-15. Badgers the biggest deficit of the match so far. Serve goes into the net. As number 6, Avery Cameron, taking the serve for Central in set number 1. Come to the near side, hits the net, but manages to get over. Hits the net on Central's side. Brookstone now 5 points away from set number 1. Substitution for Brookstone, number 8, Meg McPherson checking in. for number 4, Gigi Waldrop. Number 13. And Sluter takes the serve, gets over, right at the net. Good back and forth play. Right at the net again. Good save by Central to get it over, but the spike comes in. And timeout taken. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back here from Glenwood High School for today's tri-match here in Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And welcome back. As number 13 and Sluter continuing to use into the net goes the return, 22-16 to Brookstone as the senior continues serving over the net. And right at the net, good play by number 32, Carson Galligan, 23-16. Brookstone is 2 points away from winning the first set in this match. Number 6 with a dig over towards the bleachers. Central could get it over, but they do not do so in their 3 hits. Brookstone 1 point away from set number 1, and to go into the second set with the lead. And over the net, spike. Brookstone's point. Brookstone's set. And Brookstone grabs set number 1, 25-16. We are going to be going to commercial break. We will be back with set number 2 here from Glenwood at the tri-match between the Glenwood Gators, Brookstone Cougars, and Central Red Devils here at Glenwood School on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
And welcome back to Glenwood for set number 2. The Central Red Devils to take the serve, number 15, Ava Riddle. Before we get going, just want to thank our sponsors here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Connecticut Credit Union, Houston Clinic, and Coca-Cola. Thank you so much for supporting high school athletics here in the Chattahoochee Valley. As the serve goes to the net for Central. Brookstone will grab the first point in set number 2. Reminder, Central is down 1-0. Brookstone is leading 1-0. This is best of 3. If it goes to a set 3, it'll be first 15, but in set number 2 is first 25. Number 1, Evangeline Gutierrez takes the serve. Number 11, Amariah Horace over the net. Brookstone just able to find the gap at the front in Central's defense there. Number 1, Evangeline Gutierrez continues to serve. Over the net, high into the air. Spike is dug on Brookstone side, just over the net. Good play there by number 11, Amariah Horace from Central. Good little back and forth spikes there. Central 2-1. Just over the net. And just behind the net on the return there. We'll get a number on who's serving for Central in just a second. That is number 6, Avery Cameron. Good plays at the net, but touched the net on that one. Amariah Horace. Brookstone takes the lead once again. And number 39, Priscilla Fega, the junior, takes a serve. Over the net, good dig on the serve. And good play at the net by number 4, Gigi Waldrop, number 32, Carson Gallion, the senior and the junior, respectively. Brookstone takes a 4-2 lead. Number 39, Priscilla Fega, continues to serve. And hit by number 39, Priscilla Fega, as Central's got some substitutions, and so does Central. For Brookstone, number 34, Charlotte Hargrove. Number 4, Michaela Murphy, and I believe number 5, Nalea Hall, comes in for Central. As serve goes over, number 13, the libero gets it back to the net. Central's point, 4 all here. 4 points serving 4 points. Number 4, Michaela Murphy, with the serve here in set number 2. Just barely out is the call. Number 8, Meg McPherson, comes in. Number 13, Ann Sluter, the senior, takes the serve. Good dig there over the net by number 5 on Central, Nalea Hall. And good dig by the libero on Central, but it hits the net, granting Brookstone their 6th point. And good play at the net. Point goes to Central, 5-6. Substitution number 15, Ava Riddle coming in for Amariah Horace. The libero number 1, Olivia Longerbeam, takes a serve. Brookstone manages to get it over in 3. Trying to drop it into a gap in Brookstone's defense. Brookstone just has to get it over once again. And over the net. This is a good rally here. Good rally. And the point goes to Brookstone. 7 serving 5. And substitution for Central. A good dig over the net. Number 8, Meg McPherson comes in. Checking on. Substitution was for number 5. On Central, Leah Hall, just checking on her after that. Play at the net. She's at the bench. She's doing okay. She's at the bench. And point to Brookstone. Number 17, Whitney Whitehead, the senior, taking the serve. Grabs another point, brings Brookstone into double digits here in set number 2. And substitution coming in. Number 11, Amariah Horace comes in for the libero. Number 1, Olivia Longerbeam, 3 for 11. And Central able to get it back over the net. Yes, they are. Dig by number 17. Spike by number 32. Carson Galligan. It is now 11-5. We have seen Central come back from multiple deficits here today. So don't count them out just yet as they get it over the net. Brookstone up 12-5. Timeout taken by the teams here. We're going to come right back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And welcome back to Glenwood for the second match of the tri-match. Central and Brookstone. Brookstone is up 12-5 as they serve. Dig by number 3, Armani Sumbry. And the third shot could not get over the net. Brookstone is up 13-5. Number 17, Whitney Whitehead. I believe this is her 4th or 5th serving point. She gets it over the net. And just hit long by Central. Brookstone is up 14-5. And into the bottom of the net, just grazes the bottom. Substitution number 7, Ellie Ferdinands, the junior, subbing in for Brookstone. So it is now 14-6, 6 points serving 14. And discussion happening. As looks like number 8, Ramsey Vardman, and another ball into the net. And timeout Central. And we will take the timeout with them here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be right back here in Smith Station, Alabama.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
And we are back from Glenwood for the second match of the tri-match. Number 7, Madison Wagner taking the serve for Central. 7 points, serving 14 points. Here in the second set, Brookstone is leading 1-0, just long. Brookstone grabs point number 15, 10 points away. Substitution, number 39, Priscilla Faga coming in for number 34, Charlotte Hargrove. Number 32, Carson Galligan taking the serve. And back over the net. We've had several good rallies for points here so far. Number 15 gets it over. And Central can get it over on this third shot, can they? They do. Dig by number 7, Ellie Ferdinands. And into the net. Took a more than 3 shots. So Central grabs the point. Number 4, Michaela Murphy coming in to sub for number 9, Ella Gideons. Second serve point for Central in this run. And good play at the net there by Central. Can't get it over though. Brookstone grabs their 16th point of the set. Number 8, Meg McPherson, the sophomore, serving for Brookstone. And to make a save, Brookstone has to get it over on this shot, and they do. And good play at the net there by number 4, Gigi Waldrop. And Brookstone is 9 points ahead of Central. 17 points serving 8. And Central gets it, almost lets it touch the ground. They got the hit, but not over the net. It is now 18-8. Brookstone leading. And dig there by Central. Over the net, trying to find the gap in Brookstone's defense. And gets it just over the net. Another good rally here. And just such a net, but number 7, Ellie Ferdinands, able to make the dig, gets it over. Play continues. And at the net, Central can still get it over on their third hit. They do. And spike at the net. 19-8. And just preparing for the serve by number 8, Meg McPherson. Brookstone grabs point number 20. Have a 12-point lead over Central currently. This is Central's second match of the tri match. Brookstone's first. Glenwood is up next for the Zaxby's Glenwood Volleyball Game of the Week. Ball goes over the net. Good little drop over. Central manages to find a gap in Brookstone's defense. Substitution number 11, Mariah Horace coming in for Central. Substituting for number 3, Armani Sunbury. Number 15, Ava Riddle taking the serve. Central does get over in 3. Brookstone 4 points away from winning the match to libero number 1 for Central. Olivia Longerbeam comes in. Substitution for Brookstone number 17, Whitney Whitehead. And for the 22nd point, let's take a look at the sights and sounds from this match as Brookstone serves. And Brookstone is 3 points away. Number 1, Evangeline Gutierrez, the freshman, taking the serve. Gets it over, dug by number 7 to number 1 to number 4. And Central is still able to get it over in 3, and they do. Manages to catch Brookstone off guard on the far end. Central is 10 points, serving 22 points. Number 5, Nalia Hall taking the serve. And with that, Central is now at 11 points. Brookstone at 22. Brookstone just lost communication there to get the ball over. But a little bit of a shallow serve. Again, caught Brookstone off guard. This is the 3rd point serving for Central. Dig by the libero, number 13, and Sluter trying to find the gap. But Amarai Horace, and I believe that was number 7. See, the number 7, Madison Meyer, number 4, Michaela Murphy, helping her out at the net. Central, a bit of a run here. Brookstone just need 3 points to win the match. Able to get it over. Good block at the net there. And Brookstone point, the block at the net, takes the ball out of play. 23 points, serving 13 points. Brookstone 2 points from winning the match. And gets it over. Central does. And just at the net, Brookstone grabs the point. They are 1 point away from winning the match. And as always, be ready at the end for our All-State Good Hands player of the game. As we're waiting for the last point. And out. Central still in the game as Brookstone's own match point. This ball's back in play. And the dig goes over the net. And Amarai Horace makes a play at the net. To make it 24-15, Central still able to make it a game here. As dig by number 13. And Sluter. Play continues. And Central taking the serve. Brookstone still on match point. They've been on match point for, I believe, 3 points in a row, but they finally grabbed the point. Game, set, match, Brookstone. And as always, we want to share our Alex Quinney All-State Player of the Game. And for this match, we're going to go with Bill Libero for Brookstone, number 13. And Sluter is our Alex Quinney Good Hands Player of the Game here for match number 2 at Glenwood. Again, that was a Brookstone victory. Brookstone won in 2 sets. Central 0-2 for the night. Their record entering was 1-7. They leave 1-9. Brookstone came in 23-6. They arrived to this matchup between Glenwood and Brookstone at 24-6. So before we go to match number 3 here at Glenwood between the Glenwood Gators and the Brookstone Cougars, we just want to say again a big thank you to our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, GMC, Kinetic Credit Union, Coca-Cola, and the Houston Clinic for sponsoring us here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live and for helping us give sports here on YouTube and Facebook to those here in the Chattahoochee Valley. So thank you again to those sponsors for supporting us here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. When we come back, we'll have Mike Frost on the call for the Glenwood Gators versus the Brookstone Cougars here from Smith Station, Alabama on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
We are just moments away here from the beginning of the final match of the tri-match between the Glenwood Gators and the Brookstone Cougars. Both teams coming in with a win against the Central Red Devils and looking to improve their records here. Just want to say before we get going, before I hand it over to Mike Frost, just a big thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet, GMC, the Houston Clinic, Kinetic Credit Union, and Coca-Cola. We are 3 minutes away from the match starting. When we come back, Mike Frost will be taking over the call here for Brookstone. Thank you again to Paxton Holloway for covering Glenwood versus Central. I have been Tyler Dykes here covering Brookstone versus Central. And again, when we come back, Mike Frost will be covering the Glenwood Gators and the Brookstone Cougars here for the Zaxby's Glenwood Game of the Week from Glenwood High School in Smith Station, Alabama.
And here we are at Glenwood High School for the Zaxby's Glenwood Game of the Week. Big volleyball matchup tonight as Glenwood's hosting Brookstone now in his third game of the tri-match. Brookstone coming in now 24-6, 5-1 in the region. Number 2 ranked team in GIAA, number 29 in all of Georgia. Glenwood coming in with a 16-18 record, 16-0 in their own region as they played a lot of tough teams from outside as they come in number 12 ranked in 3A in the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Both teams have won their matches against Central today, and now they face off for the third game. I guess say third match of the tri-match. Be a best of three match, 3 sets. First two go to 25. If they get a tie break and go to the third set, it'll be to 15. A couple of key players to look out for today. On the Brookstone side, you've got Evangeline Gutierrez coming in with 41 aces, 486 assists, 116 digs on the season. Carson Galligan, who's near the top of the team's standings in every statistic, included 354 kills, 55 aces, 24 blocks, 133 digs. For Glenwood, you got Malia West Sanchez leading in kills. Rory Dunbar in aces and assists. And we're off here as Glenwood goes to serve. Comes off the net and drops in for the first point for Glenwood. With Rory Dunbar on serve, the 5'9" junior for the Gators. Dug out by Galligan. Over to Gutierrez. Can't get it over the net. Glenwood with an early 2-0 lead now here in the first set of the match. Off the hands. Hit over by Sanchez, over to Gutierrez. Waldrop gets it over. Galligan to Gutierrez, over to Faga. Hits it down, good dig there by Baker as they get it over. Back to Gutierrez, sets up Galligan, and she gets the kill across, finding the hole in the back of the defense, giving Brookstone their first point, putting them on serve now, down 1-2 here in the first set of the match. Starting off on serve for the Cougars today is Gigi Waldrop. Gets it over to White. Hit over by Malia West Sanchez, and it drops down. Gators get the point and the serve back as they extend it back out to a 3-1 lead. Now to put Haley Palmore, the junior, on serve now for the Gators. Hits it over. Schluter set it up. Gutierrez couldn't get it over. It goes into the net. But it'll be point for the Cougars. Faga on serve. Priscilla Faga, the junior with 36 aces on the season. Set up by Dunbar. Tipped over. And it goes out of bounds with the attempt by Caroline Breezel. The 5'9" sophomore just goes out the back. Faga still on serve for the Brookstone Cougars. I gets it over, and you got the block by Galligan, the 6'2" junior that does it all for the Brookstone Cougars, as they stretch it out and they overtake the lead now, 4-3 over Glenwood here in the first set of the match. Faga still on serve. Gets it over to Palmore. Hit over, and that one's in. Breezel with the kill. That evens the match now at 4-4 here in the first set. Now to put Emerson White on serve, the 5'7" senior for the Gators. And it directly goes into the net, giving Brookstone the point and the serve back now as they go at 5-4, with Meg McPherson checking in for Gigi Waldrop. And Schluter on serve for the Brookstone Cougars now. Gets it up and over to White. Blocked by Galligan. They managed to get it up and over. Galligan Getting rejected a couple times here on digs by the Gators. Gutierrez sets it up. Great play there to get it over by Maddie Moody. Another good block there. Dunbar helps get it over. Gutierrez setting up Galligan. And the block by Malia West Sanchez. Galligan went up for the kill, and Sanchez was there to stuff it. As she checks out, Claire Hargrove checks in, the 5'5 senior, and she's on serve now for Glenwood with the game tied at 5. Gets it over. Dug out. But her cousin Charlotte Hargrove just couldn't get it over, and it goes into the net, giving Glenwood Gators the lead now 6-5. Hits it back. Charlotte Hargrove tips it up. Gutierrez over to Galligan. Gets up. She smacks it. Gets stopped. Hit up by Hargrove. Over to Caroline Breezel. Glenwood goes out to a 7-5 lead now. Hargrove still on serve for the Gators. Over. Sluter over to Galligan. Up to McPherson, who gets it over to Hargrove. Dunbar. Over to Breezel. Sluter again to Galligan. She tips it over. Finds a hole in the Glenwood defense. Hargrove tries to make the dig attempt. Can't get to it. And that tightens the lead back down to 1 as Brookstone goes on serve with Virginia Hollingsworth as she hits it over. Smack down. Maddie Moody, the 5'11" senior. We got 2 substitutes coming in. We got Ellie Fernandez coming in for Brookstone and Carson Baker coming in for Glenwood as she goes on serve now. 8-6 lead for the Gators. Hits it over. Hargrove to Sluter, over to Galligan. Carson Baker can't make the dig there. Brookstone gets the point. Faga checks back in for Hargrove. And that'll put Carson Galligan back to serve. 55 aces leading the team so far this year. Just off the net. Get over. Gutierrez setting up McPherson, who gets it over. Dunbar. And Maddie Moody smacks it down for the point. Giving Glenwood the ball back in the serve. As Katie Corbett checks in for her. And she'll immediately go back to serve for the Glenwood Gators, up 2 points here in the first set. She gets it over. Galligan to Gutierrez. Over to McPherson, who gets it over. Baker. And that one's hit wide by Peyton Slocum, the 5'9" freshman. As that one goes out of bounds, we have a couple people checking in, checking out here. Now with Meg McPherson, the sophomore, serving for Brookstone, down 9-8. Finds a hole, little miscommunication. She gets the ace as it drops down on the floor to knot this thing up at 9. Two highly talented teams here tonight. It's going to be a back-and-forth match, possibly going all 3 sets to determine a winner here. McPherson with the serve. Baker sets up Haley Powellmore as she drills it down, and McPherson can't make the dig to get it up and save it. 10-9 Gators, they go on serve. As Gigi Waldrop checks back in for McPherson. And Rory Dunbar goes back to serve for Glenwood now at 1. That one's going to sail long. That'll knock this thing back up at 10. Brookstone goes on serve. Virginia Hollingsworth checking in for Ellie Fernandez. Ferdinands. Evangeline Gutierrez with the serve. Gets over to White. Dunbar. Faga tips it over. Hit up by Wes Sanchez. White back over to up to Faga. She hits it over. Dunbar. And Palmore gets it over. Galligan with the attempt. They can't get it over. Back to the other side of the net here as Glenwood takes the 11-10 lead now. Haley Palmore, 5'5" junior on serve. Just hits the net. Causing the missed timing there as Ann Sluter went to go get it and couldn't get to it in time. Back on serve, another tip of the net. Galligan and Sluter about run into one another. A double hit, so that would have been the fourth hit there. Instead of getting it over in three, you had a double hit there as two teammates came together. Glenwood takes a 3-point lead now, 13-10. Palmore still on serve. Galligan gets it over after another little miscue. Dunbar. Over to White. Gutierrez to Galligan. Dunbar. Glenwood gets it over. Galligan to Gutierrez. Faga sets it up, tips it over. Dunbar gets it. Galligan tries to get to it, knocks it down. It's 14-10 now as Coach Halverson calls timeout for the Brookstone Cougars. We'll take a timeout here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back from the timeout as the Brookstone Cougars try to regroup, going down 4 now, 14-10 in the first set of the match. Glenwood still on serve with Haley Palmore. Gets it over this time. Faga over to Sluter. Galligan's got to get it over and does. Dunbar. And the block as they go up for the hit, and Gigi Waldrop knocks it back down as Brookstone gets the point in the serve. 14-11 now with Priscilla Faga on serve. Over to White. Dunbar. Breezel gets it over. Sluter to Galligan. Dig there. Back to White to Dunbar. Wes Sanchez hits it wide. Brookstone stays on serve, gets the point as they cut the lead down to 2. Cutting the lead in half after the timeout. Faga on serve. Just gets it over. Dug out by. That one drops in. I believe that was Malia West Sanchez again there. Glenwood gets the point and the serve back, going 15-12 now. Emerson White setting back to serve for the Glenwood Gators, the libero. Gets it over. Sluter. Gutierrez sets up Galligan, who smashes it down. Emerson White can't get to it to get it back up. Galligan with the kill of the point. Brookstone back on serve as McPherson checks in for Waldrop. Sluter for the Cougars, now down 2 again. White to Dunbar. Over to Moody. Hit up. Sluter gets it over to Galligan. Tips it over to Dunbar. To Palmore. Over to West Sanchez. Sluter to Hargrove. Gutierrez gets it over. Dunbar again. Let's set up Breezel there. Sluter to Galligan. Finds a hole in the defense. White can't do it in time. As that one drops down off the hands, as Brookstone's now cut the lead down to 1, 15-14. Sluter on serve. Into the net. Point Gators and the serve, 16-14. As Claire Hargrove checks in from Aaliyah West Sanchez and goes back to serve. Again, this game's go first to 25, must win by 2. Hargrove. Over to Hargrove. Gutierrez. And then that one's hit long by Virginia Hollingsworth out the back of the boundary. Glenwood gets the point and stays on serve. Up 3 now, 17-14 in the first set of the match. Hargrove to the cousin Hargrove, to Gutierrez. McPherson tipped up, had somebody hit the net there. I believe it was either Dunbar or Moody. One of them ran into the net trying to block that one by McPherson. Brookstone on serve now with Virginia Hollingsworth. She gets it over. Dunbar to Hollingsworth. Gutierrez sets up Galligan. And the kill as it goes off the hands of White. Brookstone brings it back down to 1 now, down 17-16 in the first set. Virginia Hollingsworth still on serve now. Got a timeout. Somebody needed to tie the shoe. Hollingsworth. Dunbar. Had set up Moody. They get it over. And that one goes long from Galligan out the back. 18-16 now. As Ferdinands checks in for Hollingsworth for Brookstone. And Baker checking in for Breezel for Glenwood. Baker going back to serve for Glenwood now, up 2. That one Hargrove over to Gutierrez, setting up McPherson. Tips it over, Dunbar. Back to Dunbar. She hits, tipped off the hands of Galligan into the face of Sluter. She can't get to it. Couldn't get her hands up in time. Now it's 19-16 Glenwood as they maintain serve now. Carson Baker, the 5'2 junior, hits it over, and it goes wide out of bounds as at the last second. Looks like Ferdinand's ducked out the way of it, figuring it might go out of bounds, and it did. Cuts it back down to 2 now, 19-17 with Carson Galligan on serve. Hits it over to Baker. A little confusion there for the referees. They wasn't sure what to call. Looks like Moody might have tipped it over just underneath or between the hands of Faga. So that makes it now 20-17 as Moody checks out. Bringing in Katie Corbett, the 5'5 senior. She goes back to serve for the Gators. Up 3. Ferdinand hits it up to Gutierrez over to Faga, who hits it off the hands of Baker. She couldn't get to it in time as point goes to Brookstone. Waldrop checking back in for Sluter now, down 2, 2018. Meg McPherson on serve. Hit over. Galligan. Good save there by Claire Hargrove. Dunbar gets it over. Looks like somebody may have ran into the net there trying to get it over, and Brookstone gets the point. Cutting the lead down to 1 now. 20-19 in favor of the Gators. McPherson still on serve for the Brookstone Cougars. Gets it over, hit up by Baker, over to Dunbar. Dig there by Galligan. Faga just gets it over the outstretched hands of Dunbar, and Breezel notched this game up now at 20. First to 25 takes this set. McPherson on serve. Up and over. White. Good block there. And then blocked again for Glenwood. Peyton Slocum knocking it down. This will get better as I remember everybody's names. I'm trying to keep up here as Dunbar on serve for Glenwood. Up one. Ferdinands over to Faga. Ferdinand saves it. Faga. Sluter gets it over. Good teamwork there. Sluter down in the middle again. Stops it. Faga gets it over, but it's going to go wide. Increasing the lead for Glenwood to 2. And again, Coach Halverson calls timeout for the Cougars, and we'll take a timeout 22-20 in favor of Glenwood here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back here at Glenwood for the Zaxby's game of the week. Here at Glenwood High School between the Brookstone Cougars and the Gators. The Gators up 22-20 in the first set. Dunbar still on service. Sluter gets that one up. Gutierrez over to Faga. Drops it in. Baker gets to it. Dunbar over to Malia West Sanchez. No, that's Haley Palmore. My apologies. She hits it long. That one cuts the lead now 22-21. As Virginia Hollingsworth checks in for Ellie Ferdinands. Evangeline Gutierrez on serve for the Cougars. Gets it over to Baker, to Dunbar. Palmore just gets it over. Gutierrez setting up Galligan. Dunbar to White. Malia West Sanchez gets it over as it tips the net. 23-21 now. Gators 2 points away from taking this first set of the match. Haley Palmore on serve now. Gets it over to Faga. Gutierrez sets up Faga. She drops it over. Dunbar. West Sanchez. Good dig there. And dropped down anyway by Peyton Slocum, the 5'9" freshman. For the Glenwood Gators is now Glenwood's at set point. Apologies. Again, first set of the match, first to 25. Glenwood with the serve with set point here to get this first one. Best 2 out of 3. Galligan. Gutierrez setting up Faga. Hits it over. Dunbar. Malia West Sanchez. Galligan stops it. Gutierrez back to Galligan. She gets it over. Good dig there by White, but it goes out of bounds. Just wide. Great attempt there by Emerson White, the 5'7" senior for Glenwood. Brookstone now down 2, 24-22. Still set point for the Gators here. Double set point now. Faga to White to Dunbar. And the block attempt there. As they get it, Faga. Gutierrez over to Galligan. Sluter back to Galligan. White. Dunbar setting up Good block again there by Waldrop. And Galligan gets it down. Great attempt there on the other side as well by Rory Dunbar for the Glenwood Gators. As they go up down to 1 now. Coach Kayla Strength calling timeout for Glenwood. And with that, we'll go to timeout again here. 24-23 Glenwood on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back here for the Zaxby's Game of the Week here, brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Kinetic Credit Union, Coca-Cola, and Houston Clinic. Priscilla Faga on serve for Brookstone, down 1 here. Matt set point for Glenwood. Dunbar over to Slocum. Faga, Gutierrez, Galligan gets it over, and she can't. She tried to deke him, hit a little bit off the side there, couldn't get over the net. Glenwood takes the first set of the match, 25-23. Again, it's best of 3 here, so whoever wins the second one wins 2, I'm sorry. And with that, we'll go to break here. Glenwood up 1-0 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
And we're back here for the Zaxby's Glenwood game of the week at Glenwood High School in the gymnasium as they take the first set of the match here, 25-23 over Brookstone as we start it back up here. Waldrop gets it over. Slocum. Faga. Gutierrez gets it over. Great defense by Brookstone there. As White tried to set up Dunbar, she just couldn't get it over. Brookstone gets the point and the serve. Gutierrez still on serve now for Brookstone here in the second set of the match. Best 2 out of 3, so whoever wins 2 sets first wins. Now 2-0 Brookstone as that one goes out off the hands of Claire Hargrove. Gutierrez stays on serve. First team to 25 wins the set. If it goes to a third set, it's best of first to 15. Hargrove gets it up to Dunbar. Blocked, but out of bounds after the hit by Emma Barnes. As Glenwood gets the point and gets the serve for the first time here in the second set, down 2-1 now. Has got 2 people checking in. Malia West Sanchez and Haley Palmore. Rory Dunbar on serve for Glenwood now. Gets it up over Faga to White. Dunbar sets up Slocum. Sluter over to Galligan. And I believe somebody ran into the net here at the front end for Glenwood. As the referee blows the whistle to stop play, and Brookstone's awarded the point and gets the serve back with Priscilla Faga setting back to serve. 36 aces coming into the game for the junior. Palmore. Malia West Sanchez. Faga gets to it. Sluter hitting it over. Galligan gets it over the net, over to White, to Dunbar. And that one's blocked by Whitney Whitehead as Emma Barnes went up for the kill. Brookstone with an early 4-1 lead now here in the second set. Faga still on serve. Knuckles it over. Slocum over to Malia West Sanchez. A little too much power and distance as it goes out the back of the court. Another point for Brookstone now, 5-1 as they stay on serve. Faga, floater to White to Dunbar. Slocum tries to drop it in. Gutierrez, Sluter sets up Whitehead. Blocked there. Waldrop tried to save it. Hits it wide out of bounds. And Glenwood gets the serve back now, down 5-2. Carson Baker serving for Glenwood over to Sluter. Gutierrez to Galligan. Off the hands of White, goes back to Baker. Hit over, Sluter. Faga. Hit over by Gutierrez. Baker, Dunlop. Malia West Sanchez, but it's a good block by Galligan. Malia West Sanchez can't get it over the second time as it goes into the net. Brookstone gets the serve back now, 6-2. With an early lead here as Ann Sluter goes back to serve. McPherson checking in for Waldrop for Brookstone. Baker to Dunbar. That one's hit over and down. Glenwood gets the point and the serve back now, down 6-3. As Emerson White sets back to serve for the Gators. Faga. Gutierrez setting up Galligan. And that one's hit long. She tried to find the hole in the defense. A little too strong on that one. It goes out of bounds. 6-4 now in favor of the Cougars. Emerson White still on serve. As that one served long. As Galligan gets out of the way of it, Carson Galligan with a smart move not to touch it. As Brookstone gets the 7-4 lead now as they go on serve. Wait on the ball to be retrieved here is Whitney Whitehead with 32 aces for the senior so far coming into the day. Back to serve for Brookstone. Gets it over. Baker to Dunbar. Setting up Malia West Sanchez. As that one goes wide as nobody touched it. It was through the hands of about 3 Brookstone Cougars. Luckily for them, it was hit long. So they maintain the serve and get the point. Now doubling up Glenwood 8-4 here in the second set. Down 1-0. Baker to Dunbar. Over to Moody. Faga can't stop it. Maddie Moody, the 5'11 senior, smacks it down. Glenwood gets the serve and the point now 8-5. Still Brookstone's favor. Claire Hargrove, the 5'5 senior, back to serve for Glenwood here. Sluter, Gutierrez setting up McPherson. Punches it over. White, Dunbar tries to knock it over. And the Cougars can't seem to get to it to get it up. Ferdinand's making the diving attempt, but it goes wide. They can't get it up, and now it's 8-6. Brookstone Cougars with the lead now. Hargrove still on serve for Glenwood. Sluter, as it goes backwards, Faga retrieves it over to Galligan. Baker, Dunbar, Moody hits it, smacks it down as there's a hole in the back corner of the defense. They can't get to it as now Glenwood's cut the lead down to 1, 8-7 in favor of the Brookstone Cougars here in the second set. Hargrove still on serve for Glenwood. Sluter can't make the play as it goes back behind her. As now this game's knotted up at 8. Glenwood making a string of points here to come back. They were down 8-4. Hargrove with the serve, and it goes into the net and back. And giving Brookstone the lead back now, 9-8 here in the second set. As Carson Galligan goes back to serve for Brookstone, the 6'2" junior. And it goes into the net with a miss hit off the palm. As we've had back-to-back serves end up in the net here. Glenwood makes a couple of substitutions. Emma Barnes and Haley Powellmore checking in as Powellmore goes back to serve with the game tied at 9. Again, Glenwood up 1 set in the best of 3. Galligan, Gutierrez setting up Faga. As she smacks it down for the kill as it stays in bounds. Brookstone taking the 10-9 lead now as they get the serve. McPherson back as Gigi Waldrop checks in for Ann Sluter. Hit over by McPherson. Moody smacks it down in the back of the defense as nobody gets to it. Even in the game back up at 10 now as McPherson checks back out. Sluter comes back in. Now Maddie Moody, the 5'11 senior, back to serve for Glenwood. Sluter, Gutierrez setting up Galligan, who hits it over. Dunbar. And Slocum gets it down. Brookstone can't recover after it being 8-4 in favor of the Cougars. Glenwood's taking a lead now, 11-10 in the second set. Moody still on serve for the Gators. Gutierrez setting up Faga, who drops it over the outstretched hands of 2 Gators. Looks like it was Dunbar and Slocum as it drops in just behind them to even the score back up at 11. Brookstone gets the serve now as Whitney Whitehead checks in for Ellie Ferdinands. Evangeline Gutierrez on serve and directly proceeds to hit it into the net. 12-11 now in favor of the Gators. Brookstone seeming to having a little bit of serving trouble here lately as they've hit 2 into the net their past 2 times. Dunbar gets it over. Brookstone can't recover between Sluter and Galligan. as it goes wide out of bounds into the bleachers. Glenwood maintains serve, and now with a 2-point lead here, 13-11. Already up 1-0 in a best-of-3 match. Sluter. Gutierrez over to Galligan. Good block there by Slocum. And she taps it back down as Faga slides in. Can't get to it. Glenwood increases the lead to 3 now, 14-11. Maddie Moody still on serve. She hits it over. And it goes wide past the fortunately outstretched hands of Priscilla Faga. That cuts the lead now down to 2 for Glenwood, 14-12. Brookstone on serve. Faga back for the Cougars. Hits it over. Malia West Sanchez to Faga. Gutierrez setting up Galligan. And that one's down and in for a point. Nobody gets to it. Another kill for Carson Galligan, the 6'2 junior. As Brookstone cuts the lead back down to 1, 14-13. Faga on serve, drops it over. Malia West Sanchez to Dunbar as Malia West Sanchez goes back up again. Waldrop and Whitehead combined for the block. Dunbar couldn't get it back over. That evens the game at 14 now in the set. Faga still on serve for the Cougars. Drops it over. A little teardrop. Palmore. They try to get it over, and another block by Galligan. As now Brookstone retakes the lead as it goes 15-14 here in a best-of-25 set. Faga still on serve for the Cougars. And it's just short. As soon as Brookstone takes the lead, they give it back to tie it up now, 15-15. With another serve into the net. Carson Baker back to serve now for Glenwood as they've evened this thing up. Faga. Nobody's sitting there in the defense for Cougars. As that one drops down and Glenwood takes the lead back now, 16-15. Carson Baker, the 5'2 junior, still on serve. Gets it over. Faga hits it up. Gutierrez sets up Whitehead. Dunbar. Slocum. And it seems as if somebody from Glenwood either hit the net or went over the line in the boundary there below the net. Stop and play from the official, tying the game back up at 16. As Sluter goes back on serve, McPherson checking in for Waldrop. White to Dunbar, setting up Slocum. Smacks it down. Nobody even tried to get in the way of that one. Glenwood gets the serve and the point as they take the lead now, 17-16. Emerson White, the 5'7 senior, back to serve for the Gators. Hits it over to Galligan. Gutierrez sets up Galligan. She smacks it down, but White gets it. Moody, Faga, Gutierrez setting up Whitehead. White, Dunbar. And somebody tipped the net there. Great little rally, a lot of effort there, a lot of diving and digging and dip, dive, dodge, whatever you want to say it. Tying this game back up at 17. Whitney Whitehead on serve for Brookstone. Just off the tip of the net there, Dunbar gets it over to White. Blocked by McPherson. White to Dunbar. Maddie Moody smacks down another one as Glenwood takes the lead, 18-17. As Ferdinand checks in for Whitehead now for Brookstone. Malia West Sanchez sits down now, goes to the bench. Claire Hargrove back to serve for the Glenwood Gators. And little magic trick there. Hits the top of the net and just slowly trickles down the other side. giving Glenwood a 2-point lead, now 19-17. Already up 1 set in this match. Hargrove to Sluter. McPherson to Galligan. Finds a hole in the defense back there in that corner. Cutting the lead back down to 1 for Glenwood, 19-18 as Brookstone gets a serve, and Carson Galligan will be back there to set things off here for the Cougars. Gets it over. Goes back. White tries to save it. Baker gets it over. Sluter to Gutierrez, over to McPherson. Block. McPherson can't get to it on the save attempt. Looks like Coach Halverson's going to call timeout. 20-18 in favor of Glenwood, already up 1 set here. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back for the Zaxby's Game of the Week at Glenwood, brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet, GMC, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, Houston Clinic, and now Valley Hospitality. Check out Houlihan's at the hotel on Airport Thruway. Get you some happy hour food as we're back here. 2018 in favor of Glenwood as they're serving off. Gutierrez over to Faga, smacks it down. Cutting the lead down to 1, 20-19 as we inch closer towards that 25-point threshold. Brookstone on serve now with McPherson as Waldrop checks in for Sluter. The sophomore for Brookstone back to serve, down 1. Gets it over. Palmore to Dunbar. Moody, saved by Gutierrez. White to Dunbar, back to Moody. Smacks it down, but Galligan can't save it. Point to Glenwood as they take a 2-point lead now, 21-19, 4 points away from taking this match here and going 2-0 on the night after beating Central earlier in the day. Moody serving for Glenwood. Galligan tipped by Gutierrez, hit over by Waldrop. Dunbar sets up Slocum. Waldrop with the save. Galligan, another block there. Gutierrez. Dunbar back to Slocum. Saved again. Gutierrez to Sluter. Over to Galligan. And that one goes wide out of bounds. Good little rally there, a little back and forth. A lot of saves, little couple blocks, digs. Gutierrez setting up Waldrop. She just tips it over just behind the Glenwood defense. As their front line went up for the block, she just kind of arched it right over their hands and got the point. As they cut the lead down, 22-20. Racing to 25 here. Evangeline Gutierrez, the freshman at 5'7", serving for Cougars. Hit up by Hargrove. That was hit over and long by Emma Barnes. As that one goes out the back end of the court. Glenwood's lead is now cut down to 1, 22-21 in favor of the Gators. The freshman Gutierrez still back serving for Brookstone. Hargrove tipped over by Waldrop. White over to Slocum. Galligan. Gutierrez setting up Faga. Couldn't quite get it over. Palmore to White. Slocum goes to hit it, hits it into the net. Brookstone manages to stave off from running into it. And that evens this game up at 22 as we get closer Gutierrez still on serve, gets it over. Hargrove. Faga, Sluter, Galligan. And they can't get it over as it goes sideways instead of over the net. Now 23-22 Gators as Malia West Sanchez checks in for Hargrove. Rory Dunbar, the junior, back to serve for Glenwood, now up 1. Faga hits it after it hits off the top of the net. Gutierrez over to Waldrop. Nice block there. White gets down to it. And Emma Barnes goes for the kill, but a nice block over there by Whitehead and Waldrop. Game evens back up at 23 now. Priscilla Faga on serve. Caroline Breezel checking in for Emma Barnes. The junior for Brookstone with the serve as it gets over. White hits it sideways. Unfortunate there as Brookstone's made it all the way back to get this thing within set point. 24-23 as they call timeout for Kayla Strength and the Glenwood Gators. We'll be back in just a moment here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And set point now. Faga hits it over. Dunbar. Good stop there by Sluter to get down and get it. Waldrop tips it over. Slocum. A little double touch there by Faga. She couldn't control it. You got to win by 2 now. 25 won't cut it. As this thing's even up at 24, or is it? Do they call deuce in volleyball? I don't know. I'm used to watching tennis. Not a whole lot of volleyball. I'm getting used to this. I like this game, though. Baker gets it over Faga. Gutierrez setting up Galligan. Baker to White. Tipped over. Faga with the dig. Sluter knocked over by Waldrop. Great attempt there. Dunbar. Sluter over to Galligan. White. Dunbar. White's got to get it over, and she can't. As it goes back to Matt. Set point for Brookstone now. 25-24. Looks like Sluter going back to serve. Great attempt there by Waldrop for Brookstone to keep that thing alive. And Coach Strink takes another timeout for Glenwood, 25-24 in favor of the Cougars here in the second set on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Sluter on serve for set point. Hits it over. White and Baker both hit it. Dunbar. Gutierrez, the Sluter, sets up Galligan. Point in favor of the Gators as they knock this thing back up at 25 as that one just hit the tip of the top of the net and fell back. Galligan tried to just touch it over the outstretched hands. A little bit too soft, didn't get far enough. Now Emerson White on serve for Glenwood, knotted up at 26. Faga can't get good hold of it, hits it out wide left. Galligan tried to make the diving attempt and couldn't get it. Now Glenwood. serving for match point, up 26-25 here. Galligan, Gutierrez sets Galligan back up. Smacked out White. Baker. Back to White. She gets it over to Faga. Gutierrez setting up Galligan again, and that one goes down in a corner. Tied up again. I guess you could say this is deuce number 3. Brookstone gets the serve back with Whitney Whitehead for the Cougars. Katie Corbett checking in for Carson Baker. 26-26 here in the second set of the match. Glenwood up 1-0 already. Whitehead gets it over to White. Dunbar setting up Moody. Doesn't get over. Hits it into the net. McPherson was standing there just in case. Set point again here now for Brookstone, up 27-26. Whitney Whitehead still on serve for the Cougars. And into the net. A gift for the Gators. Whitehead checks out. Ferdinand checks in. Malia West Sanchez checks out. Claire Hargrove checks in as the Gators get the serve back. All knotted up at 27 now. Hargrove. As that one goes out of bounds, hit long. Unfortunate for the Gators as they gift it back to Brookstone after that previous bad serve on the Cougars' part. Now Carson Galligan, the leader of the team, serving for Brookstone. Up a point here for set point. Moody hits it over, hits it wide and long. Brookstone takes the second set of the match, 29-27. We're going to get a third match here. First to 15 is going to win it. And with that, we'll be back in just a moment here. Great match going on so far here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
And we're here back at Glenwood High School for the Zaxby's Game of the Week between the Brookstone Cougars and the Glenwood Gators. Both of them already winning their first match of the evening in a tri-match. Both of them played Central and won. As now they're facing off. The number 12 in all of Alabama 3A, Glenwood. The number 2 team in all of GIAA in Georgia, Brookstone. As this thing is knotted up at 1 set apiece in a best of 3. This third set goes to 15, but you must win by 2. Rory Dunbar on serve for Glenwood, over to Galligan. As that one's smacked down by Slocum and Malia West Sanchez. Waldrop attempts to save it there and dig it out, can't do it. Glenwood gets their first point. Dunbar still on serve. Gutierrez setting up Faga. Hargrove over to Dunbar. And that one's hit wide and out of bounds by Haley Palmore. That'll even it up at 1-1 now. Again, first one to get 15 in this set wins the match. That one drops in and over. Gigi Waldrop tapped the net. Trying to attempt a block there, that just a slight mistake there to give Glenwood the serve back and the point. As now it's 2-1 in favor of the Gators. Haley Palmore on serve for Glenwood. That one's hit over. Sluter to Gutierrez, setting up Faga. Dunbar, White setting up Malia West Sanchez. Tipped in the air by Faga. As she attempted to block, can't make it. It goes off the fingertips backwards. Giving Glenwood a 3-1 lead now, holding serve with Palmore. Seemed like that one might have touched the court. 4-1 in favor of the Gators, and with that, we'll go to break here as Coach Halverson takes a timeout on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back here, served by the Gators. Smacked down by Malia West Sanchez, and the Brookstone Cougars can't defend it. You had Waldrop, Hollingsworth, and Sluter all right there as it drops down, giving Glenwood a 5-1 lead in a 1-15 set. Palmore hits it over to Galligan. To Gutierrez setting up Hollingsworth. White, Dunbar. As that one drops in off the hands of Caroline Breezel. 6-1 now as Glenwood's coming out fast and strong here in this third set. Palmore, another serve again to Sluter. Gutierrez setting up Priscilla Faga. She tries to tip it over, can't get good control of it as it drops into the front of the net. Now Glenwood with a 7-1 advantage. Serve back over, Galligan. Gutierrez setting up Galligan as she smacks it down. Good dig there by Palmore. They try to get it over. Not sure if somebody hit the net or not, or if it was just blocked. But Brookstone gets the point as they get the serve back finally after a run there by the Gators. Brookstone down 7-2 here in the third set. Priscilla Faga on serve. Gets it over. Breezel to Dunbar, over to Malia West Sanchez. Off the hands of Galligan and Waldrop and out of bounds. Glenwood gets the serve back and the point, up 8-2 now. Emerson White back to serve for the Gators. Sluter, Gutierrez over to Galligan. Blocked by Maddie Moody and Malia West Sanchez at the front line. Gators take a 9-2 lead now as they keep the serve with Emerson White, the 5'7" senior. Waiting on them to retrieve the ball after that. And we're back in play now, 9-2 in favor of the Gators. First to 15 in this set wins the match. Hit over by White to Sluter. Gutierrez setting up Galligan off the hands of White. Galligan again off the hands of Moody. Dunbar setting up Moody. Out of bounds, just long. Great athleticism being shown tonight between both teams. If I tried to dive like that, I'd still be on the ground. Sluter on serve for Brookstone, gets it over. Malia West Sanchez to Dunbar. Breezel gets it over. Hargrove, Gutierrez over to McPherson. Dunbar, White, Breezel, McPherson, Gutierrez. And that one's hit long by Virginia Hollingsworth as Glenwood gets the point to take the 10-3 lead now. Here in the third set of the match. Katie Corbett coming in to serve for Glenwood now with a 7-point advantage. That one's hit long and out of bounds. Brookstone cuts it down 10-4 now as they go on serve. Virginia Hollingsworth, the senior, back to serve with 30 aces coming into today. Haley Palmore to Dunbar. Maddie Moody goes to set it up, hits it, blocked by McPherson at the net. The sophomore getting in the way of that one as that cuts the lead now down to 10-5. Hollingsworth still on serve for Brookstone. Gets it over to Palmore. Dunbar, Breezel. Gutierrez sets up Galligan. Smack down between all the defenders as that one hits the ground. 10-6 now in favor of the Gators as Brookstone retains serve. Kayla Strength calls timeout for the Glenwood Gators. And with that,
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to
10-6 Glenwood in the third set of the match on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back here for the Zaxby's Game of the Week, brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola Kinetic Credit Union, and Houston Clinic, and Valley Hospitality as Hollingsworth serves that one off for Brookstone. Dunbar over to Breezel, long, out of bounds. Some of these, myself, and it looks like Coach Halverson for Brookstone, both are like, not sure if these girls have a radar or not. They just seem to know to get out of the way and let it fall out of play. I'd just be going for everything because I wouldn't be sure if it'd stay in bounds or not. But now it's 10-7 in favor of the Gators. Moody hits it long as she tries to make the kill. Brookstone making a little rally here. 5 points in a row. 10-8. Virginia Hollingsworth still on serve. It was 10-3 in favor of the Gators. Hollingsworth with a good serve as it drops down in front. They try to dig it out and it goes out of bounds. 10-9 now as the lead's cut to 1 for Glenwood. Hollingsworth still on serve for Brookstone. And it goes into the net. Stopping a 6-point rally from Brookstone there. Now it's 11-9 in favor of Glenwood. A couple of substitutions now. Looks like Ellie Ferdinand's checking in for Hollingsworth. Claire Hargrove, the senior, back to serve for Glenwood now, up 11-9. Sluter. Gutierrez set us up. Galligan. Tipped back to White. Dunbar. Good block by McPherson at the net. Sluter. Gutierrez setting up Galligan. Smack down. Another kill from the junior, 6'2". Cutting the lead down to 1. Again for the Gators, and now it's 11-10 and a 1st-15 set to win the match. Carson Galligan back to serve now, 55 aces on the season for the Brookstone Cougar coming into the day. Knocks that one over. Hargrove gets it up. Dunbar over to Palmore, and she can't get it over. As now this thing has miraculously knotted up at 11. Brookstone winning 8 of the last 9 points. They were down 10-3. Things were looking pretty bleak here in this third set, but now it's all knotted up. Galligan on serve. That one hit by Hargrove. Dunbar gets it over. Gutierrez taps it, and it drops in for the point. Brookstone takes the lead. (12-11) after being down 10-3. This may be a comeback for the ages here in local volleyball between two outstanding teams. Hargrove returns that serve. Gutierrez, the Sluter, setting up Galligan. Hits it over into the middle of the defense. White to Dunbar. Tipped up by Gutierrez, the Sluter, over to Faga. Drops down in the middle. Brookstone gets the point, 13-11 now. Carson Galligan still on serve for the Cougars. Hargrove, McPherson, back to Hargrove. Dunbar hits it over. Brought up by Sluter. Gutierrez setting up Faga. Good stop by Dunbar. Hargrove hits it back. And they can't get it over on the attempt from Katie Corbett. Brookstone with match point now, and a timeout by Kayla Strength and the Gators here as they've gone down by 3, as we'll be back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our
Point serve for Galligan and Brookstone here in the Zaxby's Game of the Week. Hargrove over to White. Dunbar gets it over. Faga. Gutierrez setting up McPherson. Block. McPherson gets it over. Great job of the net by both teams there. Dunbar to Moody. Great dig. Faga gets it back, and it drops down. Brookstone comes back from being down 10-3 in the final set of the match to win it 15-11. And with that, after that great match we just had tonight here, we're going to shout out our Alex Quinney, All-State Good Hands Player of the Game, which will go to number 32, the 6'2" junior for the Brookstone Cougars, Carson Galligan. All over the court tonight, serving, kills, digs, blocks, assists. She did it all tonight for the Cougars, and that rallied them back. As they had actually lost the first set of the match, came back, won the second set, and then won the third after a big comeback, being down 10-3 in a best of 15. And after that, Brookstone wins both their matches tonight against Central and Glenwood. Great match tonight. And we'll see y'all here for the Glenwood Game of the Week. sponsored, by Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, and Houston Clinic. And we'll see y'all again next time here with Tyler Dykes manning the thing. Mike Frost on the call here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.